First of all, you guys know that how we do it here at Platinum Real Estate. We are always looking for agents to be a part of our company and to help us take this company to the next level and partner with you to help you take your business to the next level. At Platinum Real Estate, we are a very unique company. We are quite different than all of the rest. We believe in one-on-one coaching. So as if you are a real estate agent and you say, you know what, I would like to take my career to the next level. Maybe you're right out of real estate school, or maybe you've been in this business for 20 years, but you say, you know what, I want to take my career to the next level. We have an excellent coaching program. It's one-on-one with me. I personally coach each and every agent one-on-one. So if you are interested in taking your business to the next level, reach out, contact us, 404-994-4600. That will call or text that number. That will get you directly to the director of career development for our firm. Would love to have you a part of the company and answer more questions. To learn more about me and to register for upcoming events, visit my website, Ragsdale.com. If you have questions about Platinum Real Estate and career opportunities and those type of things, please visit platinumrealestate.com. So would love to speak with you. Now, at Platinum Real Estate, like I said, we believe in coaching, we believe in education, we believe in helping real estate agents go to the next level. So with that being said, we have training, a lot of education, from webinars to boot camps to workshops. So we have an excellent training coming up next Thursday. Look, you guys might as well just set your phone right now to every Thursday at 12:30. We have a free webinar just like this to help you take your business to the next level. And no, Thursdays at 12:30, you do not have to be a Platinum Real Estate agent. Join us, okay? Join us. We are here to give back and to help you. So every Thursday at 12:30 right here, we have a free training just like this to help you. The next training, closing the cash buyer. August 5th, 12:30 to 1:30. Go to LutherRagsdale.com right now to register. But closing the cash buyer. What are we going to talk about? The quickest way to get paid in this business is to find a cash buyer. Now, here's the reality, you guys. Back in my day, you guys know my story. I built Platinum Real Estate with literally nothing. You guys have read the bio and all that. Luther Ragsdale, self-made multi-millionaire before the age of 35. That's true. That's over 20 years ago now. Guess I'm telling my age, but it is what it is. I'm an old man. But yeah, self-made millionaire before the age of 35 and all that. All that's true, but here's the reality, you guys. There was many, many, many days when I was broke. And when I started in this business almost 30 years ago, I had to find ways to pay the bills. And there was times when the mortgage was due, right? Light bill was due, water bill was due, and I had to find a quick way to generate income. The quickest way to generate income in this business is through cash buyers. When you find a cash buyer, you can close the deal literally in 5 days. Listen to me. You can close the cash buyer deal within 5 days. Quickest, easiest way to get paid in this big business. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love the mortgages too. That's what we're going to talk about today. But a quick way to get paid is with that cash buyer. So in Platinum Real Estate, we want to show you both sides of the coin, because to be a successful agent, you have to understand all sides of the coin. So we're going to talk about mortgages today, but next week, we're going to talk about how to find and to close some cash buyers. I'm going to show you 10 powerful ways to close that cash buyer. Here's the deal. You can register. LutherRagsdale.com. Now, I asked my technology company not to post it until right after this training. So at the end of this training, go to my website, Luther Ragsdale, and register for closing the cash buyer. Now, you guys know we love education. So salesmanship, August 11th and 12th. Here's the deal, you guys. 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we are going to have a 2-day webinar on salesmanship. 3 CE credits. This training is approved by the Georgia Real Estate Commission. 12:30 until 1:30 both days. Wednesday, August 11th, Thursday, August 12th. 2 full days. Salesmanship. Here's the reality. I know a lot of you guys. I know a lot of you guys say, hey, you know what? I'm spending money on marketing. I'm spending money on advertising. I'm spending money on leads. The leads are coming in, right? But I don't close all of the leads. And I've even heard, hey, you know what? Some of these leads are not good. No, some of the problem is you don't have good salesmanship. Listen to me. It's not always the bad lead. Sometimes you don't have good salesmanship. Sometimes you don't know how to close the deal because you don't have proper salesmanship. That's what we're talking about August 11th and August 12th. 12:30 to 1:30 both days. Okay. 2 days, Wednesday, Thursday, 12:30 to 1:30. Just spend your lunch with me. It's a Zoom training online. All right. Online both days, 3 hours worth of CE credits, salesmanship. Here's the reality. If you can increase your closing ratio, you can increase your income. Listen to me clearly. If you can increase your closing ratio, you can increase your income. So sometimes it's not about how many leads you receive, it's how many leads you can close, your closing ratio. See, here's the deal. 2 agents both receive 10 leads. 1 agent have poor salesmanship. They close 2 leads. The other one have very good salesmanship. They close 8 leads. You with me, right? So it's not all about, I know at Platinum Real Estate, all of our agents, you guys receive a free website, free CRM. We provide leads. We provide leads to you guys at Platinum Real Estate. That's a good thing. It's a good thing that we provide leads. It's a good thing that we give you all of the tools you need for free. We give you a free website. We give you a free CRM. We give you unlimited email marketing, unlimited text messaging, unlimited. You have everything you need to be successful. All of those things are a must to be successful in this business. You have to have all of those tools. We give you free leads. That's great too. We're giving out leads. That's great. But here's the reality. You can get all the leads that you want. Every Tuesday morning at 8:30, we have a coaching call for all Platinum agents. You guys, Platinum agents, you can come to that coaching call every Tuesday morning at 8:30 and get all the information, go out, use all of the tools, all that's great. But an important part of your success is what? Salesmanship. Salesmanship. So when that lead come in, you have to know how to close that lead, how to get that lead under contract, how to get that appointment. And a lot of that comes from salesmanship. We work in a sales business. Let me say that again. This is powerful. We work in a sales business. Okay. We are salesmen and saleswomen. So salesmanship, very important. August 11th and 12th, go to my website, LutherRagsdale.com, and register. Okay. All right. Good. All right, let me check here. Hey, all right. See a lot of folks on the line. Even more folks have joined. People are still joining. Look, welcome. If I haven't said it, welcome to the webinar. All right. Now, with all that being said, I mean, I'm going to introduce her, but I don't think I really have to because a lot of you guys know her. She's my good friend, my partner in crime. She is our approved vendor. So at Platinum Real Estate, we have approved vendors. That means this. We have vendors who is approved. They have worked with us for years and years and years and years. And this is one of our approved vendors who handles the money, who handles the mortgages. Her name is Miss Tamara Burch. I don't think I have to really, introduce her to most of you guys because all you platinum agents, you guys have been around forever. So I know a lot of y'all have used her. So she's not new to a lot of y'all, but I know we have a lot of new agents and agents from other companies. So Miss Tamara Burch, and if you look on the screen, it says VP of Mortgage Lending. VP means Vice President. That lets you know you're not dealing with a rookie. You're not dealing with just an everyday loan officer. She is the VP. And so that's how we like to roll here at Platinum Real Estate. Now, let me give you guys her direct number. 770-896-5001. I just want to get that out of the way from the beginning. It's also going to be on some of the slides as she teach. But 770-896-5001. That is her personal cell phone number to contact her. I don't know how many vice presidents give out their personal cell phone number, but she's giving you guys her direct cell phone number. That's 770-896-5001. That will get you directly in contact with Miss Tamara Burch. So after this training, you have questions, you have somebody you need qualified, contact Tamara. One thing that I love about Tamara, I have had situations where others lenders said no. Tamara was able to make it happen and say yes. I have also had situations where other lenders have said, yes, and the pre-approval letter wasn't worth the paper that it was written on. Y'all have been there. And Tamara said, Luther, this person's credit score is double digits. They cannot buy nothing right now. And I approve. I truly appreciate that honesty. And those of y'all who have been in the business for any amount of time, I know you appreciate it because there's nothing worse than having the pre-approval letter, spending a whole bunch of time to realize this person cannot buy bubble gum. Anyway, my friend, Miss Burch. Tamara.
There you go. I think I'm unmuted. Let's hope so.
You're unmuted. I hear you. How are you, Tamara?
I'm doing good. I hope you're doing great, Luther. Thank you so much for inviting me today to chat with everybody. I really appreciate it.
Good. No problem. Really, we appreciate you. You're doing a fantastic job for our firm, and just truly appreciate all that you do for us and all how you help us and just being a part of the Platinum Real Estate family. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I tell you, those next two events you have, boy, you're going to get a lot of information by attending those events. The cash buyer is critical in today's market. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but also, sales, a 2-day seminar for sales. That's amazing. That is just amazing information.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm going to get off of here and it's all yours.
Okay, well, we're going to go to the first slide. And Luther and I chatted quite a bit about this. What we were talking about was all the calls that I've been getting. Instead of this being about a product, although I may talk about one or two on the next one, it was more like, what kind of calls are you getting from agents? What are they saying? What about the market, that kind of thing. And so you will get the most out of this and be able to gain a lot of knowledge by asking lots of questions. So just kind of think of this like you picked up the phone and gave me a call and we're just kind of chit-chatting. I think you'll walk away with more information than you thought you were even going to come get. And besides, you think somebody else may not want to see you ask the question, but they do. They're just not asking it themselves. So definitely ask a million questions. Let's get them all answered. And if I don't know the answer, a lot of times I just have you call me and then I go get it for you. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm 100% accurate. And Luther knows that about me. Sometimes I'll go, hey, Luther, you know what? Let's go see if that guideline changed or not. Let's go take a look at that. Give me 5-10 minutes or whatever it is. So don't hesitate to call me, but definitely ask your question. So this is the number one call I've been getting recently. Is it harder to get approved? No, it is not harder. In fact, we've seen some leniency on FHA, which is one of the things we're going to talk about, but we have begun to see that it's not harder. Now, that is not the case with all circumstances. There is Fannie and Freddie have become a little bit more challenging, but Fannie and Freddie which is conventional, has always wanted us to have the more perfect borrower, right? So at 680, that's pretty much flying through. It's probably going to fly right on through. There are nuances, which I won't get into, but Fannie has its items that it likes, its borrowers that it likes. Freddie has its borrowers that it likes. And so when I'm looking at your customer and talking to your customer, based on our conversation, we're deciding right then and there, are we going to be going Fannie? Are we going to be going Freddie? Are we going to be going FHA, etc.? And right now, with as difficult as the market is, so this happened to me at 8 o'clock the night before last. I get a call from the agent and she says, I need your help. I'm like, okay, what you doing? Went on the market at 4 o'clock. She wants to turn in an offer, right? Customer can't get their person on the phone. Their thing is expired. So we went ahead and approved her at 8:30 at night. No, I do not want all my calls at 8:30 at night. But what I'm saying, she's an agent I've been working with. She sent me an ASAP 911 call. And so I reached out to them. Not only did we get that borrower approved in that short a period of time, but we got an appraisal waiver. So I know Luther's going to have some questions on this. What does that mean to you? Well, there are 5 offers on that house, 6 offers, 7 offers, and you're turning in your offer with no appraisal contingency. So that just made that buyer that much stronger. And if we have, which we couldn't on this one because there wasn't enough time, but if we have a commitment letter, I don't mean a pre-qual, I don't mean a pre-approval, and we mean an actual commitment letter, that's basically almost turning them cash except for the appraisal. So I have had a borrower close recently in 15 days because they had a commitment letter and no appraisal needed, right? So is it harder to get approved? No, there are some nuances that are taking place in the market. And how can you help your buyer get that approved is by them having everything upfront, right? So kind of like Luther was talking about earlier, hey, this person even had a bad credit score. We got a letter. Well, some of them aren't even looking at that information. You want to know that someone's going to look at the pay stubs. Someone is going to look at the W-2s. They're going to look at those bank statements. They're not going to give you a letter and say, well, all I have is the credit report. I don't know about you, and Luther's probably going to back me up here. You don't want to get in your car and drive somebody with just a credit report. You want to know they really have a job. The job is really paying them what they were being paid before and forward. And we want that winning bid to be as good as possible. So if we can cut down the the time frame to close, I'm always trying to cut that time frame down. For an FHA, for a VA, for a conventional borrower, let's just take it lower and lower that we can by doing more and more upfront. Now, I do want to stop here for just a second because I know I threw out a bunch of little information there, and some people may have questions, especially since I said no appraisal.
Yes. We got some questions. Look, one of the agents says, hey, Tamara, how does a person who was just discharged from a bankruptcy, how long do they have to wait to qualify for a loan?
That's a great question. It is 2 years plus to the following of the month. Technically speaking, it's a 2-year period, but the system itself, FHA's system, isn't going to give them a full approval until the following of the month. So sometimes if they discharged on the 2nd, they got a little longer to go. If they discharge on the 30th, hey, it's only 1 more day. But it is 2 years for an FHA program. Okay.
Excellent. Good. Another question here. Somebody says, hey, Tamara, I have a friend who wants to rent a townhouse, but can't afford $1,600 per month. She says that her credit score is excellent. Her income is good. I suggested that she consider buying. She thinks she needs a lot of money to buy a house. She wants to talk about down payment, money, credit info, etc. I told her that she needs to speak to Tamara, but she wants me as the agent to personally come with her. What should we do?
That's a great question. So some of my agents, not many, most have them just apply directly on my site, or they'll send me a message and then I call, and then it's about communication. It's about you getting that text message saying what's going on, or a phone call saying what's going on, how are we proceeding. Everybody knows exactly how we're proceeding. But so I have done some conference calls where we will both get on the phone at the same time so that the agent's on the same page and the customer's on the same page. So the down payment assistance you're talking about, which we have covered before, is the 101.5% loan. That means on a $100,000 loan, because that's the easiest way to explain this, you're getting a first mortgage for $96,500. You're getting a second mortgage for $5,000. So that's 101.5%. That's the cheapest way next to a veteran to get in the home. They still need anything that seller is not paying. So tomorrow I'm closing one of these where people are like, we can't get it approved. I'm actually closing one tomorrow and they're bringing $1,900 to close. So it is possible, but is it more challenging? Yes. And that's why myself and the agent get on the same page so that they don't feel frustrated over time at the challenge of getting a seller to accept their offer. Because for every buyer, there is a home and that will get accepted at some point.
And let me make this point. Agents, this is the broker side of this, okay? As your coach, as your broker, this is what I always tell agents, right? Yeah, a lot of times people are like, look, I'm kind of intimidated with this whole mortgage process. I am intimidated talking to financial folks, might even be a little embarrassed. The last part of the question says, she wants me to go with her to talk with Tamara. Tamara will tell you how I roll. Here's what I do. I typically don't say call Tamara, nor do I say, hey, Tamara, call client. Because now they're phone tag. Sometime it happens, sometime it don't happen, etc. As an agent, this is my opportunity to make money, right? Is if I don't get these two together, there's no way that I get an opportunity to close. I will pick up the phone. When I have that client on the phone, I pick up the phone and I call Tamara and I say, Tamara, I have this client. Let's do three-way. I hit join. My cell phone joins Tamara, client, Tamara. And I say, hey, Tamara, client, let's get this pre-approval going. Tamara says, great, let's do it now. Not tomorrow, not next week, no text message back and forth, no email back and forth. Let's get it done now. Tamara literally says, great, I make the introduction. Tamara says, give me a few minutes. Tamara calls them right back then and there. Because sometimes, but when you say go online, they go online. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't, right? And then I'm still trying to make 4 different phone calls, trying to get this person to go online. And then it takes up more time, more effort. As an agent, we only get paid if this person can get qualified now. I already got the client on the phone. I call Tamara, I get Tamara on the phone. Tamara calls him right back. Tamara calls me back 5 minutes later and says, Luther, I pre-qualified this person. This person is good to go for 350. This person is good to go for 150. Now I know I got my marching orders. Let's go. Let's get this buyer brokerage agreement signed and let's go look at property. On the flip side, if Tamara says, Luther, they're not ready now. Here's what I love about Tamara. Tamara says, let's put them on a plan to have them ready in the next 90 days. I put them in my system, Platinum Agents. You have the free CRM, put them in the system just last Tuesday. No, excuse me, Tuesday. I talked about follow-up and I showed you guys how to go into the system and the follow-up. This is what I talked about a couple of days ago on our one-on-one coaching call. That's what you want to do. You want to take this person, they're not quite ready yet. You put them into the CRM and then you follow up 2 months later. Tamara got them ready. We're going to close them out. Let's do this. Okay. So what did you guys just learn? Get those people on the phone, call Tamara, do a three-way, put a plan together within 10 minutes. We're done. Okay. Another question. Somebody says, Luther, how much is your one-on-one coaching? Listen, if you are a platinum real estate agent, the coaching does not come out of your pocket. It does not come from you. So let me be very clear. Platinum agents get all of my coaching, all of my books. I have written 13 books on being a successful agent. All my platinum agents, you get all of that stuff for free. Now, if you're not a platinum agent, go to go to LutherRagsdale.com and all of the information is right there on my website. Next question. Tamara, we have quite a few questions about this. Okay.
Good.
What are the standards and requirements for appraisal waiver?
Yeah, we're definitely going to see that. So Fannie and Freddie are acknowledging, so this is not for VA or FHA, and the agents that I have been working, they know that if a borrower would be better FHA or better VA, I give them the VA FHA approval, but at the same time, if I can get them approved conventional, I will give them that and make sure they understand FHA and VA are better. But if you're in a bidding war, you may need to use your conventional. And so as the agents, they know that as well. So not sitting here assuming only one way to get your customer closed. We're going to look at everything to make it possible, but in some circumstances it is better. But conventional acknowledges that it is taking a long time to get these appraisals. They're acknowledging that the appraisers are becoming older and less people are getting into being an appraiser. So it's becoming more and more challenging to get the appraisals in a timely fashion, right? We've all seen it. It's gone from 3 days to 14 days. So they have come up with it's completely in the computer system. I can't look at a deal and say, oh, I'm going to get it on this one. No, I'm going to have to put it in and see. So they will typically give you a waiver in a lot of cases at 20% down. I do see some at 15%, and I see a whole lot at 30%. So it depends on the borrower as well. How good are they? And what's going on in the area. So here's an example of you're not going to get it. Hey, Tamara, we put a bid on this house for 500. It was listed for 400. nothing in the area sold over 410. No, that's not a waiver. We're not getting a waiver. Okay. This house is 400. We've seen some stuff sell for 390, but not 400, but we're putting 30% down. Yeah, you still might get that waiver. You might, absolutely. So it depends on what Fannie and Freddie can see is happening in the market with a Fannie Freddie loan. The good news for all of us and all our customers is a lot of customers that would have gone VA or FHA, they flipped over to conventional, right? We saw that happening over the last 90 days. If they could make the transition, they made the transition, even if the loan would have been better under a different situation. So Fannie and Freddie are accumulating all of this data in our market, and Atlanta market is a big market. So we're not talking a little tiny market. Lots and lots of houses are in the market. And before you ask the question, yes, I got 2 waivers last month on condos. So you can even get a waiver on a condo as well if Fannie and Freddie can see other condos have sold. I hope that answers that question.
Yes, yes, yes. Another question. And look, everybody was asked about that waiver. They were like waiver, crazy. Another question is, can you get a waiver on investment property?
I haven't seen one, but that doesn't mean you won't get one. It depends on the area. So the more you put down, there's a possibility you're going to get one. Sometimes I might tell people, instead of putting down 20, let's put down 22 or 21%. I'm going to always be sitting there looking for a way to make it work and make it the fastest possible by, the commitment letters. Boy, those help a lot when they're sitting there looking at 5 offers and yours is a commitment and the other 4 are not. They're saying pre-qual. Yours is going to look that much better. So that one I told you about, that offer was accepted that night. So they do make a difference for you.
And this is me, Tamara. I think it would help the agents because a couple agents are like, I thought that it was always a lender requirement to have an appraisal. Somebody else said, why in the world would a lender do this? So let's help the agents, right?
Okay, that's a great question.
Agents are, thinking, hey, you know what? I have been in this business for a long time. If right, and they need to understand this, and I got the answer, but I want you to explain to them. They need to understand because they are thinking all the time that I've been in this business, an appraisal was always required. So the mortgage company is taking a risk, giving this person a $250,000 loan, but the mortgage company is saying you don't have an appraisal. Why would the bank do that? Help us.
Okay, so that's fantastic. So it's really not that big of a risk for us. We're not doing it on 100% VA. We're not doing it on a 96.5% FHA. We're doing it on conventional, and I almost never get it on a 5 or 10. I do see 15% down. I do see 20. I do see 30. I got another one closing tomorrow with no appraisal. So it is more the overall picture as well as how many homes have sold in that market right then. So if in that subdivision, you've got steady flow, the houses are moving and they're moving at roughly the same price or a little more, then the computer is deeming the risk is acceptable. Because you have to remember, if this is $100,000 house and we're going to do a loan for $75,000, well, most likely we're going to be able to, if we had to, and nobody wants to talk about this, but we had to sell that house because it kicked back to us. There's all kinds of room for us to do so, right? So that's not how I ever look at it, but it's a plus and minus where the system is looking at, is this okay? And no, not all lenders or banks will take waivers. So not all of us will do it. We do it. If Fannie or Freddie says, and sometimes I will look at a Fannie and I don't get the waiver. So I immediately do a Freddie and I got the waiver. So just because it's one or the other, if I need to, I'll look at both, because it's about protecting the client and helping them as much as possible, as fast as possible, realize their dream of owning a home and closing, right?
And let me mention this to you too. This is my experience in the game. Okay. Tamara's saying, yeah, the lender's looking at the the different markets. Well, here's the deal, you guys. Here's another main reason why. We're in the seller's market. When you put a property on the market, you receive 10 offers, 15 offers. People are bidding full price. People are bidding above full price. Appraisals are going up, not down. So now lenders are willing to waive that appraisal now. Now, if you was in this business back in 2008 when the market crashed and all of the values was going down, they weren't talking about waiving the appraisals. It wasn't happening. It wasn't. The market was crashing. Prices was going down. It was horrible. Don't even talk about a waiver, right? But now we're in the seller's market. Prices are going up. Prices are going through the roof. Builders right now are just, as the young folks say, balling out. They can't build the houses fast enough. We can't list the houses quick enough. We are getting into huge bidding wars and the prices are going up, 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 up. So the mortgage company says, okay, prices are going up. We're in the seller's market. You know what? Certain markets, I feel cool with waiving the appraisal because of the market that we're in. And y'all know this is a real estate market. Real estate is what? A real estate cycle. Sooner or later, it's going to go from a seller's market to a buyer's market. When that market shifts, guess what? There won't be no waiving appraisals. They don't waive appraisals when the market is even or when the market's going down or when it's a huge buyer's market. So the market also gives the comfortability. Am I right there, Tamara?
You're absolutely correct. And we are seeing it climb. And I'm not seeing, nobody has the crystal ball, right? But we all are seeing that this is going to continue potentially for some time. But going right into that market shifting, we are starting to see some people winning bids that were not winning bids before. Houses going on the market, and instead of being sold in 24 hours, they might be sold in 3 days or 4 days, right? So do not get me wrong. And Lou's going to tell you, this is a crazy seller's market. It's crazy. I'm not saying the market shift. I'm not saying it is shifting. I am saying we're seeing some of these people where last month, all of my people except one were Freddie or Fannie. They were all conventional. My VA people, my FHA people, they could not get a house, right? Well, more than half of the customers that I'm closing over the next 2 months, half of them are FHA and VA or the 101% program. So we're starting to see some of them winning these bids, or some of them using some strategies to get these houses, right? Some of my agents have been looking outside the box on this a little bit and getting some houses that way. So, the market is starting to shift, but in no way are we going to see this end anytime soon. So the agents who think outside the box, they definitely have the opportunity to make this happen.
Good. Here's a question. It says, Tamara, what are the basic requirements for self-employed buyers?
Very good question. Okay, so self-employed buyers are 2 years of tax returns, all pages of the tax return, and we're going to use the net income plus some additional items put back in. Now that's a whole thing I will have to do to make that work and do the numbers on that. And then of course, a profit and loss for the year so far, and 2 months of bank statements from the business showing that they are still on track in their account based on what they were doing last year. And that's a COVID guideline that came out recently. So basically 2 years. Now, if someone can prove they're more than 5 years in their business, then I typically, if they have great credit, I flip them over to a Freddie conventional. and I only need 1 year of tax returns. So I'm constantly looking at these guidelines as I'm talking to your customers to make sure we're putting them in the right program. Because sometimes it might be that by doing a 1 year tax return, we're going to get them a much better deal or a higher purchase price, right? So if they're meeting that guideline, then I'm going to automatically shift them over for you.
Good, 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 good. Here's a question for Tamara, but I'm going to answer this one. The question says, I have a client. The husband have a higher credit score. The wife have a lower credit score. Both income is strong. What should I tell them? You don't tell them nothing, right? With situations like this is why we have Tamara on our team. Agents don't even touch that one. Because I wish I had a dollar every time somebody said, excuse me, credit score high, credit score low, income strong, income not strong. What's good to you may not be good to me. Tamara have products up top of products up top of products that fit every type of situation. As an agent, I'm not telling them nothing. I'm not going to tell you to tell them nothing. Here's what you do. You go back to what I said originally. You get Tamara on the phone, you get the client with Tamara, Tamara does her magic, right? Here's the thing. You trying to ask these questions as an agent and then relay it to the client, you are really doing your client a huge disfavor, right? Here's your goal as an agent. Get client with Tamara. Let Tamara do what she do, okay? Look, that's my biggest goal. And if you guys don't take anything else away from this, that's your biggest goal and your biggest job. Because when we start trying to play a two-play mortgage lender, well, do it in both names, do it in one name, do it. No. Get them with Tamara. Now, what I love about Tamara will put together the strategy and the plan for us and the client to follow. All right. I want to say that again. Get them with Tamara. Let Tamara put together the strategy and the plan for everybody to follow. Do not touch that arena with a 50-foot pole with a 100-foot pole. All right. Next, Tamara, what are the average interest rates currently?
There's not really any average, and I don't really discuss rates on something like this. If you want to know where the market is on a specific client, you definitely want to call me, but they're down. How about I say that? They're down from where they were a few weeks ago. So we always look at what's best for the client. Now, I will tell you this, if you have somebody who hasn't refied and the rates went up on them, they need to take advantage of it right now, right now, because we all know where they're going, right? Every one of us, we don't even need a crystal ball for that. And we know where they're going to go. So, we're happy to help them and take care of them as well for that. But Luther's right on the previous question. We can look at a whole bunch of different ways to make that work. And just assuming because someone has a low score, they're not going to get anything. Sometimes, we just do it in one loan, one person's name. Sometimes we do it in both people's name and we take the hit to the lower credit. Sometimes I tell them how to fix it in 30 days or less, and then we do it in both their names. There's a whole sequence behind that when I'm talking to them, and a whole strategy. And sometimes, I was talking to a customer this morning and I told her, we can move forward on September 1st. Yay, congratulations. That's only 31 days. So instead of her being, oh, I can't do it today, she was like, oh, wow, that's really close. Okay, great. So we're going to, even though we can't do it right now, we'll word it in a way, my team does, where we are telling them, this is great news. We're going to get you your home. We're going to make you realize your dream, but we just need to tweak this or something.
Okay, question here. And I have the answer to this one. Okay. Very sensible. What is Tamara Burch website and does she have one? Yes, she have a website, tamaraburch.com. Go to tamaraburch.com, check out her website. That's the answer to that one. Okay, next question. What is the basic credit score for conventional loans?
Well, that's a great question. They go down to 620. But if you are a 95% loan to value or a 97% loan to value and you're 620, it's probably not going to be approved. They like 680 and above. Now they will go to 620. I just did one this year on 621, but they had a lot of assets. So it basically weighed the customer's decision on, they had all of these assets sitting there, will go forward with the 620. Now, they still would have been better off taking an FHA with that score than they were taking a conventional. Of course, they ended up with a higher rate, they ended up with higher mortgage insurance, but they obviously needed it to win the bid. So, you know, there are those circumstances, but 620, their sweet spot, 680 and above, and they love 720 and above.
720 is that sweet spot then, huh?
Yep, they definitely love it. No question. Boy, this was great. Lots of questions. I love it.
All right, next slide here.
Okay, well, this is just more for, you know, you to think of some questions based on what you're seeing there. Closing quicker is by getting your customer into doing a full commitment letter. And I explained to them, the team explains to them, what can we do to make that happen? What steps they need to take to make that happen? It just shaves off some time, which then looks better to the seller and definitely looks better to the selling agent because they know what it is. They know about the commitment letter coming out of GRA. So that's going to help you and close you much, much quicker. The guideline change to FHA that was big was the student loans. So if you had somebody approved FHA, even 2 weeks ago backward to the beginning of the year, it's time for them to do a refresh on their approval if they had student loans. So instead of using the 1%, FHA is now using the 0.5%. And we have already adopted that in our underwriting. So for some people, I had one last week, $189,000 that they owed on their student loan. Well, that's substantial, right? That's $1,890 I have to count in their debt ratio. Well, now I can count half of that. So we all know counting half of that at $900, that's going to make a big difference in what they can afford to buy. So if you had somebody where maybe they were approved for 200, but you wanted 210 and you were being told student loans were affecting them, you may need to have that, whether that's me or someone else, let's have them take a look at that again and see if maybe you can tweak out a little bit more for them, okay? That's definitely going to make a big difference. Any questions here? I know we're starting to run out of time, but I also don't want to miss anybody's questions.
Yes, indeed. Question here says, hey, the question is, what is the real meaning of obtaining a underwriting approval? What are the advantages? How do we get our clients to get the underwriting approval with our offer? And how long can a approval process take?
Okay, that's great. There's a whole bunch of questions rolled up into there. Typically, when a selling agent's looking at offers, they are getting pre-qualifications, they are getting pre-approvals, and some are getting like our commitment letter. So a pre-qualification means I've looked at credit and nothing else, nothing. So why would sellers take that? They don't. Typically, that's coming out of the internet companies. A pre-approval means that income has been looked at. Bank statements have been looked at. It's been run through Fannie or Freddie or FHA or VA or whoever is approving their loan. It has been run through the system and the system is giving them the loan. Of course, you have to document everything, which is why we collect the pay stubs, the W-2s, the bank statements. So the pre-approval letter can come as fast as the customer hands over the documents. Typically, most customers working with me, they hand it over in 24 hours. Some do it immediately while they're still in the application, they're uploading it because we've made it very simple for them to put it directly in the application when they get to the end. Then what we then discuss with them is taking them for a full commitment letter. That's the process that slows it down. So they can start shopping with their pre-approval, but we're working towards the commitment letter. So the commitment letter, you kind of have to think like you just went under contract on a house, right? And you're telling them 30 days to close. Well, what happens in the first 2 weeks? Well, you're getting verifications of employment, you're making sure all the docs are there, you're verifying we don't have any fraud going on. You've got all these layers taking place in that beginning, and then you go to an underwriter. So that's like 2 weeks. And in the meantime, title and appraisal are being ordered. Well, that's the part that we're doing up front. So it comes out of a SAR underwriter for VA, a DE underwriter for FHA, or an underwriter for conventional, and they say, we're going to take this, we're going to give them a loan, we only want appraisal and title. That's it. And some properties don't even want appraisal, depending upon the customer and what they have. So some of those we're collecting title and then we're closing.
Good, good, good. One last question here. Why do sellers prefer conventional over FHA?
That's a great question. It's a great question. It's a very simple answer. The appraisal. That's why they're doing it. Because a conventional appraisal is easier, has less items that the appraiser has to list on it. Well, and the second piece is, right, we talked about credit scores. So we know that the person getting that conventional loan is a better qualified person than an FHA sometimes, right? So typically it's the appraisal and the qualification of the buyer. That's why they like the conventional.
Good, 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 good. Listen, Tamara, absolutely wonderful, absolutely great. My time is getting limited. Let me just simply reach out and make a couple of statements really quick. First of all, contact Tamara with questions. You can go to tamaraburch.com or 770-896-5001. 770-896-5001. Tamara, as always, thanks a million. Great job. You've done wonderful for us. You guys know that Tamara always comes in with great information. We still had more slides, more stuff, but we ran out of time, so we will definitely do a part 2. Tamara, thank you for everything. Thank you for all of the great wisdom and knowledge.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And if you do have questions, don't hesitate. Call anytime or text. Text is great. I look forward to chatting with all of you, and everybody have a wonderful day.
Hey, I would like to launch a quick poll really, really quick, you guys. How did you like this training? 5 being great, 1 being not so good. You know, we always work for that 5 rating. That's our goal here at Platinum Real Estate. Please answer the polling question on the screen. How would you rank this training with Miss Tamara Burch? 5 being great, 1 being not so good. We work for 5s. Please answer the poll on the screen, you guys. Please, ma'am, please, sir. Please answer the poll on the screen. While you guys are answering that poll, do not forget, if you are not a Platinum agent, would love to speak with you about career opportunities. Give us a call or shoot us a text, 404-994-4600, 404-994-4600. If you are a real estate agent looking for career opportunities, please contact us. We'd love to talk to you about more career opportunities. Also, training opportunities. Look, next week, as they used to say back in my day, same bat time, same back station. That was Batman, y'all. Y'all don't know nothing about Batman. Y'all young. But anyway, next week, we are going to talk about cash buyers. All right, tune in next week. You have to register. Go to my website, lutherragsdale.com. We're going to also have a webinar August the 11th and 12th. We're going to be talking about salesmanship, 3 hours worth of CE credits. Again, register at my website, lutherragsdale.com. Now, I'm getting ready to close down this poll, but you guys, after this training, you will receive an email, a text message on please rank this training. You guys, I would love a 5-star Google review. You can Google Luther Ragsdale right now. I would love a 5-star review. Or when you get that text message, when you get that email, I would love a 5-star review. Listen, you guys, this training was free. If you learned anything, I should have got a 5. Can we agree? Free training, cost you nothing. If you enjoyed this training, maybe I could at least get a 5-star review, because obviously you learned something because it was free. All right. All right, you guys, listen, once again, I am right on time. Thank you to Mr. Tamara Burch. Thank you for everybody. Look, tune in next week. Let's talk about cash buyers. And always visit my website, lutherragsdale.com, for all of the upcoming events. And for career opportunities or anything about Platinum Real Estate, please visit platinumrealestate.com. Okay? You guys, thank you very, very much for all of your participation. And I look forward to talking to you next week. Thank you. May God bless you.